You can deduct miles driven for business purposes as a business expense on the Schedule C. Taxes can be complicated, but with the help of technology, filing your taxes can be simple. Don't be afraid. File your taxes online or on your mobile device and say goodbye to confusing tax lingo and upgrade fees. By the way, don't forget to like our page and share this video on your timeline. If you're following our series, Taxes Are Simple, you already know that you are able to report your business-related miles on Part 4 of Schedule C. You also know that you won't be doing the math. We will provide the questions, you will submit the answers, and our IRS-approved software does the calculations for you, just like in any tax preparation office. If you believe that taxes are complicated, watch how I break down the standard mileage deduction and you will see how simple taxes really are. The IRS publishes the exact standard mileage rate every year. For example, for the year 2018, the rate is 54.5 cents. There are two simple ways to deduct the business cost of your vehicle. One is to calculate the actual vehicle expenses for the year. We won't go into those details in this video, as most taxpayers choose the second and most practical way. Taking the per mile deduction, also known as the standard mileage deduction, is the much simpler and therefore more common method to deduct vehicle business cost. And since we are all about simplification, we will focus on the standard mileage deduction for this video. Before we start throwing numbers around, let's understand which trips you made in your vehicle are deductible for your business. You can deduct the following types of travel. Driving from your place of business to a job site, for example, a realtor driving to do home showings. Travel between different jobs, such as an electrician working on 2 different construction sites. Attending meetings away from your place of business. Driving to meetings with clients. Coming back to your workplace after any of these trips. Driving from home to your office or a job site isn't usually deductible unless you work out of a home office. If your mileage for a trip is deductible, you can also deduct any parking fees you pay during that trip. For example, if you have to pay a parking garage while attending a meeting at your client's office, those fees are deductible. If you pay parking fees when you go to your own office, those fees are not deductible. Let's take a look at an example of an Uber driver that drove 25,000 miles during 2018. First, we need to determine what miles are considered business and what miles are considered personal. In this case, it is easy to determine since Uber sends a driver a log of what is considered business miles, which is a compilation of trips driven during the year. This is a good time to remind you to keep a log. No, not that log. We are in the 21st century. This log. Okay, back to the Uber driver example. Based on the log provided by Uber, we now know that only 16,000 miles are considered business miles, and the remaining 9,000 miles are considered personal. Now that you know your business miles, you can multiply the 16,000 miles by the standard mileage deduction and report $8,720 as a business deduction on your tax return. Remember, you won't be doing the math. We will ask questions, you will submit your answers, and our IRS approved software will do the calculations for you. Just like TurboTax, but without having to pay $120 for an upgrade fee. After all, you are doing all the work. Many taxpayers have tried to justify home to office commuting trips or purely recreational trips as business trips. But to be clear, those trips are not deductible. The IRS has a list of justifications that won't work. A frequent question we always get is, how do I know what are business miles? To help you better understand, ask yourself these 3 questions. Number 1, are the miles driven really considered business related? Number 2, what's the trip required? And number 3, do you have proof of the miles you are trying to claim? If you join the rest of us in the 21st century, you don't write checks anymore. You use online bill pay, PayPal, or Venmo. You also don't go to a tax preparer to prepare your taxes. You do it yourself. Remember, if tax preparers can follow the software steps, so can you. Taxes are simple. Do it yourself. See you next time.